wanted to just quickly show you, I'm not even prepared to go live. I've missed you all. I've been really busy for the last few months and traveling, and I'm back in my kitchen. This is my second day cooking. I was just making this and I thought it looked really interesting, so I wanted to show it to you. So this is basically vegan chicken cutlets. And what I did to do this is using my mixer. I'll tell you what I used as my ingredients. I think it was a tablespoon of salt. I've run out of pink salt, so I just used table salt. I don't even know if I used 2 tablespoons of garlic powder. I used some umami, which is otherwise known as mushroom seasoning. Mushroom seasoning. I used half a tablespoon of turmeric because I wanted it to come out with a slightly more yellow color. Sometimes if you use vital wheat gluten with other ingredients, it can kind of change a little bit more, and I wanted it to feel a little bit more on that yellow side. So it will not stay as yellow as this once it's cooked. It shouldn't do. But anyway, then I also used some yellow mustard powder, maybe about a teaspoon for flavor. I used bread improver, which is like vitamin C, which I used 1 teaspoon of that. And with that 1 teaspoon, it will help soften it a little bit. Really important ingredient I used was 2 tablespoons of vital wheat gluten. And that was to help break down the bready texture flavor of vital wheat gluten. Then I used 3 to 3.5 teaspoons, cups of normal water, not hot, not cold, just normal temperature water. I didn't put any herbs in there because I don't want it to have the color of herbs. So I didn't use any herbs. I didn't want any pieces to be in there. And then what else did I do? I put... let's see, because I wasn't thinking about going live, but I just thought it looked so good I wanted to show it to you. I think that was all I put in there. Yeah, that was it. That was all I put in there. Anyway, so next thing I did was I had all the liquid in the bottom, and then I added 3 cups of the vital wheat. Oh no, forgot, 1 cup of oil. It sounds like a lot, but there's a specific type of texture I'm trying to go for, and I want it to have a certain type of moisture. So you can see it's glistening a lot because there's so much oil in here. And normally would not use this much oil, but there's a certain type of moisture that I want it to have when I'm cooking it, so that once it's finished, it will retain a certain amount of moisture. So this is literally just a quick chicken recipe for me because, like I say, it's just my second day of cooking since I've been back, and I'm trying to kind of get my fridge and my freezer restocked. If you see my fridge and freezer, it's shameful. So I got like a few pieces of shopping yesterday, and I'm just trying to go bit by bit. But anyway, this is what it looks like once it had been mixing for about 4 minutes or so. I then added another half a cup of the vital wheat, and it just basically created this type of texture, but it was like bundling a lot on here. So I just used scissors, kitchen scissors, not house scissors, for just cutting everything into small bits. It's a technique I've seen used in I think it was a Chinese ham making video that I saw some time ago. And what they do is they kind of get it and then they cut it up, and they keep cutting, and they let it form, and then it keeps cutting, and you get this marbling kind of texture. And so that's what I've got going on here. So you can see it's super oily looking, but this is also, you can see this kind of membrane here. This is exactly what it should look like. So what I'm just going to let this rest, let it soak up all of the vital wheat gluten. I could very easily have added probably another cup of Vital Wheat gluten to this in order to be able to soak up more of the oil, but the actual consistency of the meat texture just doesn't require it. You can see it's tough. It's brought itself together, and I don't want it to be too tough when I cook it. So I have to be pretty smart and gentle with how I go about cooking this. But essentially what I'm looking to do next is I will probably cut this into small pieces and then put it through the blender, each piece, like I do with my ham video. You can see what I do with my ham video on my channel. And then again, just kind of leave it to rest. I'm not going to cook this today. This will be something I'll probably cook tomorrow. If I do cook it today, it's not going to be like instantly. It will be like maybe 6 to 12 hours later. It's really early in the morning right now. I got up early and I've already been pretty busy today. Just as a little bonus, I'll show you what I've been doing. I have prepared, kind of sun is here a lot. So I prepped some wholemeal seeded, like a cake loaf, I guess. It's with yeast. It has tons of seed, what do you call them? Sunflower seeds. It's got oats, it's got flaxseed, raisins, all kinds of stuff. So I want to kind of have that as the dessert that we're going to eat throughout the week. So it has yeast in it and 1 teaspoon of baking powder. So I can't remember everything I threw into it or the quantities I use. I just remember using wholemeal flour, probably about a cup of oats, maybe just a cup and a quarter of oats. I think probably a cup and a half of wholemeal flour. And then I ran out of milk, so I used coconut powder with water, and then that became like my milk, my liquid. And then all the other stuff that you put into a cake. I forgot the vanilla crumbs. Anyway, I put things like cinnamon, nutmeg, Chinese spice, stuff like that, just to make it taste good. And there's loads of chia seeds in there as well. So it's going to be kind of like a healthy loaf to take us through the week, which we can have as our dessert. And then here I'm making what got me out of bed this morning. To be fair, I was thinking about making a cake late last night. But anyway, what got me out of bed this morning was I want to make a garlic bread. So I basically just threw together this bread, which is wholemeal flour. It's got seasonings, it's got nutritional yeast, it's got all kinds of stuff in there. And it's been rising now for an hour, so I need to punch it down and do some folding. And I'm gonna put it into the pan that I'm gonna cook it in and then let it rise again. So I'll do that once I come off of live, because I need 2 hands and I didn't use my tripod because I just wanted to do just this really quick live. And then let's get back to our chicken. So you can see here, it actually looks like a heart, a yellow heart. Let me move it so you can see it in a better light. The light in here, it's like early morning, like super early in the morning. So I don't know, the light isn't great. Here we go. Yeah, it kind of looks like a heart. Let's see if I can try it over here. Yellow on yellow doesn't help, but anyway. So let's see if I can take it out if that helps. So that is going to basically be my chicken. And I'm not really sure yet. I'm definitely it's going to get roasted at some point, but I'm not sure if I want to keep it whole like this which if I do, I'm going to plait it first. I won't cook it like this because it wouldn't cook well and it would be tough in the middle. But I may just do it as like various small parts because I want it this week for my hubby to have. I've got loads of my vegan beef burgers, which I made a batch of those before I traveled, so I've still got some of those, but I don't want to give him that every day. That's not really fun to eat the same thing every day. He doesn't complain, but I just want to make sure that I can give him some variety. So yeah, that's it. So I will do another video, maybe a live, maybe just a video because it's a different the cooking process isn't like kind of quick, so I wouldn't want to kind of waste time on a live for that. But yeah, that's it. So this is basically my chicken, my marbled chicken, which kind of looks like a bit between like the fatty bits and the meaty bit, like dark meat of chicken, which who didn't like that? I mean, I remember liking that when I was a meat eater 20 years ago. I think it's 20 years ago, something like that Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna sign off for now, and I will share some results with you once I am done. I may edit this video to include so that you get like a complete view. Sorry I didn't include the mixing process, but it honestly wasn't that miraculous. I've already told you the ingredients, and I didn't write them down because I'm just chucking it together based on what I know. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I'm going to try to get back to doing my videos on a more regular and consistent basis now that I've kind of come back. And I really hope you enjoyed seeing my vegan chicken that I'm going to be cooking. This is made entirely from ingredients at home. That's one thing I noticed as well when I was traveling, is so much crap in the vegan meats. And because where I live, you can't really get those. Well, you can, but they're just, it's not really something you would eat a lot, or I don't anyway, because it's not really good for you, processed food, right? But there's so much choice when I went back to England, and I'm not happy with the amount of choice because there's a lot of ingredients in there. It's just basically you're eating tasty chemicals. So I'm really glad to be able to be back to just making things at home. Kind of looks like skin. I think I might use, if I do this, I might use, what do you call it? Oh, what's it called? I'm glitching. It's the rice paper, that you use to do summer rolls. I've got some of those, so I might actually season some water with chicken type style flavors and then make a chicken skin. That sounds like a good idea. I'll see what happens anyway, depending on how much energy I've got and how creative I feel like being later. Thanks so much for watching all the same. Have a wonderful, oh, that's better, look, way better. I should have just turned off the flash. There it is. That's my vegan chicken. Not gonna lie, that looks good. That looks like a rotisserie chicken with the dripping. Look at that. So good. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. Have a great evening. Bye.